His contributions for promoting friendship between the two countries are commendable. We highly appreciate his visit to Pakistan. Today, we held foreign minister level delegation talks at the Foreign Office.
王伟对中巴之间的友谊所做出的贡献，我们高度赞赏。我们也非常赞赏他此次对巴基斯坦所做出的访问。他和我进行了两国外长之间的正式会谈。
During his visit, State Councillor Wang Yi has a full schedule of meetings with our leadership, including the President, Prime Minister, Speaker of the National Assembly, and Chief of Army Staff.
在此次访问期间，王毅国务委员将会与巴基斯坦新政府进行全面的接触。他将会同巴基斯坦总统、总理、议长以及陆军参谋长举行双边会见。
Friendship with China is a cornerstone of Pakistan's foreign policy. There is political, institutional, and popular support for Pakistan-China friendship in both countries. We have the unique honor of being China's iron brothers, and we reciprocate the noble sentiment expressed by President Xi Jinping. Pakistan is eager and willing to collaborate with China on CPAC, which is the fastest evolving project of the Belt and Road Initiative to date.
与中国之间的友谊是巴基斯坦外交的基石，在两国对双边的友谊都有着政治上、机制上以及人民的坚实的基础。我们也非常荣幸能够成为巴基斯坦的铁杆兄弟，我们也能够成为中国的铁杆兄弟。我们也非常的感谢习近平主席提出的建设中巴的全天候战略伙伴关系的决定。我们正是秉持着这样的精神，在不断的推进中巴经济走廊的合作，而走廊的建设也是"一带一路"倡议之下发展最快的一个项目。
CPAC is the proof of how seamless and sustainable the Belt and Road Initiative can become, with active engagement of all stakeholders on both public and private sector involvement.
中巴经济走廊的推进有力地证明了"一带一路"的各个项目能够非常无缝衔接、持续发展。只要涉及的双边，不管是政府还是非政府的层面，能够开展通力合作。
The new government has been formed after the general elections. We are grateful for the congratulatory messages by the Chinese leadership, as well as the congratulatory phone call by Premier Li to Prime Minister Imran Khan.
新的政府在大选之后正式的成立，我们也非常感谢收到的中国政府给予巴基斯坦新一任领导的热情的祝贺。同时呢，在不久之前，中国的李克强总理和伊姆兰汗总理还举行了通话。
We also appreciate the message of support by Premier Li to the new government. I hope that we will continue to further strengthen the strategic partnership between Pakistan and China.
我们也非常赞赏中方的表示，对新政府支持的一种表示。我们愿意进一步加强巴中之间的战略伙伴关系。
From Mr. Wang Yi has also extended an invitation to Prime Minister Imran Khan to visit China in November this year for an official bilateral visit. He will also participate in the International Import Expo in Shanghai as a Chinese guest.
那么，王毅国务委员呢也邀请了伊姆兰汗总理于今年11月份对中国举行双边的访问，届时呢也将作为中国政府的客人来参加中国国际进口博览会。
We've extended invitations to President Xi Jinping and Premier Li to visit Pakistan.
我呢也借这个机会向王毅国务委员表达了我们邀请习近平主席和李克强总理访问巴基斯坦。
During our meeting today, we held in-depth discussion on many important and pressing issues. We agreed to further strengthening the bilateral ties and to maintain close communication on regional and global issues. China is Pakistan's all-weather friend, and Pakistan can always rely on China's support at various international fora.
在今天的讨论中，我们深入探讨了一系列重要的问题。我们一致同意要进一步加强双边关系，就国际和地区问题保持密切的沟通。中国是巴基斯坦全天候的朋友，而在国际场合，巴基斯坦也永远可以倚仗中国的支持。
We have made substantive progress on China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC. I reassured the Foreign Minister that CPEC is of immense strategic and national importance for Pakistan. We are highly grateful for the personal attention Chinese leadership has accorded to the implementation of CPEC. CPEC will remain a priority for the government. We will ensure that ongoing projects are implemented at the earliest, and at the same time, we will explore new avenues of cooperation under CPEC.
我们也讨论到中巴经济走廊取得的成就非常的突出。我向王毅外长强调，我们举国将中巴经济走廊作为是一个具有重大战略意义的工程。我们也非常感谢中国的领导层亲自重视走廊的建设。对巴新政府而言，我们也把它作为一个工作的重点。在当前正在进行的项目将会尽早完成。与此同时，双方将讨论合作的一些新方式。
I have discussed with the State Councillor the priorities of our government, including poverty alleviation, socio-economic, job creation, and rooting out corruption, which will be incorporated in our future joint endeavours.
我也向王毅外长提到了本届新政府所工作的一些重点，包括减贫扶贫、促进社会发展、创造就业、根除腐败，这些呢也将成为今后中巴合作的领域。
I assured the Foreign Minister that the security of Chinese nationals working on CPEC projects is a top priority, and our law enforcement authorities are working hard to ensure a secure working environment for Chinese nationals in Pakistan.
我也向王毅外长强调，中国在巴工作的关于走廊项目的这些工作人员的个人的安全将会被我们作为工作的重中之重。巴方的执法部门正在尽全力保障一个安全的工作环境。
Pakistan has made huge strides in combating terrorism and obliteration of terrorist activities from its soil. We strongly condemn all terrorist activities, whether perpetrated by individuals, groups or states. Our effort is, in this regard, have always been supported by China.
巴基斯坦在根除恐怖主义以及把恐怖主义分子从我们的国土上清除出去方面做出了巨大的努力。我们强烈的谴责一切形式的恐怖主义，无论是个人、组织还是国家所从事的恐怖主义活动。而在我们的反恐的努力方面，也一直得到了来自中国的支持。
The State Councillor highlighted Pakistan's immense contribution in combating terrorism and emphasized that China fully supports our efforts in this regard. He acknowledged Pakistan's sacrifices in the fight against terrorism and urged the international community to appreciate Pakistan's role in countering terrorism, which is a global problem.
王毅国务委员强调了巴基斯坦在打击恐怖主义方面所做出的巨大的贡献，同时呢，他也再次强调了中国将全力支持巴方呢在这个方面的努力。他也再次重申了巴基斯坦为反恐所做出的巨大的牺牲，全国际社会呢应当认识到巴基斯坦在反恐方面所发挥的重要的作用，而恐怖主义呢是一个全球的问题。
I urged the Foreign Minister that we may work together towards enhancing our trade cooperation. While overall trade is increasing, we feel the increasing need to harness our economic potential to export to China those goods and products which are at a comparative advantage.
我也向王毅外长呼吁呢，我们要进一步的加大力度来促进双边的贸易。虽然双边贸易总体呈上升的趋势，但是我们觉得要充分发挥出我们的经济的潜力，我们还应该能够把更多的一些优势产品出口到中国。
I conveyed to the Honourable State Councillor that Pakistan greatly appreciates the consistent support by China at multilateral fora. Pakistan has progressed in many regional initiatives such as SCO, mainly due to Chinese support. I express the hope that China will continue to work together with Pakistan at the multilateral fora.
我也向王毅国务委员表示了巴基斯坦对于中国在国际场合对巴的支持的高度的赞赏。我们在很多一些区域的行动中能够取得进展，比如说能够加入上海合作组织，主要是得益于中方给我们的支持。我也再次表明，巴基斯坦希望呢在国际场合中国继续同巴基斯坦站在一起。
I now invite the State Council and Foreign Minister Wang Yi for his remarks.
下面呢，我要请王毅国务委员兼外长发言。
各位记者朋友，大家好！很高兴在巴基斯坦新届政府成立之际，对巴基斯坦进行友好的访问。我谨代表中国政府再次巴基斯坦顺利完成选举进程，中国尊重巴基斯坦人民自主做出的选择。我们相信，新届政府将在约巴汗总理的领导之下，团结带领全体巴基斯坦人民，万众一心，克服困难，朝着建设新巴基斯坦这一宏伟目标向前迈进。在这个历史的新的征程中，作为巴基斯坦的好朋友、好伙伴和好邻居，我们将坚定地同巴基斯坦站在一起。
Friends from the press, it is my pleasure to visit Pakistan shortly after the inauguration of its new government. On behalf of the Chinese government, I once again congratulate Pakistan on a smoothly completed election. China respects the independent choice made by the Pakistani people. We believe that under the leadership of Prime Minister Imran Khan, the new Pakistani government will lead the Pakistani people in working with one heart and one mind to overcome difficulties and towards the vision of a new Pakistan. On this new historic journey, China will stand firmly by Pakistan as its good neighbor, good friend and good partner.
中巴两国是全天候战略合作伙伴，我们之间的关系建立在长期相互理解、相互支持、相互信任基础上，超越党派之仇恨和政权更迭，温如泰山。
China and Pakistan are all-weather strategic and cooperative partners. This relationship is based on mutual understanding, mutual support, and mutual trust forged over the years. It rises above political parties and government changes. It is unshakable as a mountain.
中巴两国是唇齿相依、患难与共的铁哥们儿。我们之间的友谊经历了历史和国际风云的考验，扎根于两国人民的心中，坚不可摧。
China and Pakistan are close as lips and teeth, and iron brothers sharing will and woe. Our friendship has withstood the test of time and international changes. It is in the heart of the two peoples. It is strong and unbreakable.
我这次访巴基斯坦，主要目的就是与新政府全面对接，就各领域合作全面对话，为新形势下的中巴关系起好步、开好头。我们赞赏巴基斯坦新政府强调将继续把对华关系作为巴基斯坦外交政策的基石。我也愿意在此重申，中国也将继续把巴基斯坦置于中国对外政策和周边外交的优先位置上。
I am coming to Pakistan to make full contact with the new government and compare notes on all areas of bilateral cooperation. The thrust is to ensure a good beginning for bilateral relationship on the new starting point. We applaud the new government of Pakistan for underscoring its commitment to keeping China-Pakistan relationship a cornerstone of its foreign policy. Let me reiterate here that China will continue to put Pakistan at a priority place in China's foreign policy and neighborhood diplomacy.
我同外长的会谈富有成果，我赞成他对这次会谈所给予的评价。那么我把它概括为10条重要共识。
I had fruitful discussions with Foreign Minister. I agree with his comments on our meeting today. I could summarize what we have agreed into 10 points.
一是深化战略合作，加强战略沟通。中方欢迎伊凡汗总理今年10月份到中国进行正式的访问，并且出席第1届中国国际进口博览会。我们也愿意邀请他明年到中国去出席第2届的“一带一路”国际合作高峰论坛。
The first agreement is that we will deepen strategic mutual trust and enhance strategic communication. China welcomes Prime Minister Imran Khan to China this coming November to pay an official visit and also attend the very first China International Import Expo. We are also ready to invite him to China for the 2nd Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation to be held next year.
第2是要更好推进中巴经济走向建设，确保拟建制的项目正常运行，在建项目顺利推进。同时，根据巴方的下一步经济社会发展的重点和巴基斯坦民众的需求，协商确定走廊未来发展的路径和主要的合作的方向，重点加快产业合作和民生的改善民生的项目，并且逐步向巴基斯坦西部的欠发达地区倾斜。
Second, we have agreed to realize every development of the CBAC. The two sides will see to it that the complete projects will run as planned and the ongoing ones will proceed on schedule. In addition, in light of Pakistan's development priorities and its people's needs in the time to come, the two sides will also consult about the future pathways of the corridor and the direction of cooperation. The two sides will make particular efforts to strengthen cooperation on industrial capacity and livelihood projects. More benefits will be delivered to less developed areas in western Pakistan.
32这个双边贸易平衡的发展，中方将通过专项补贴以及派遣采购团等方式，扩大从巴基斯坦进口，并且为巴基斯坦的农产品输华提供更大的便利。双方争取年内完成中巴自贸协定升级版的谈判，进一步提升两国贸易自由化水平。
Certainly, we have agreed to strive for greater balance in two-way trade. China will earmark an amount of subsidies to encourage the imports from Pakistan and will send more trade promotion teams to Pakistan. We will also broaden the market access for Pakistan's competitive agricultural products. The two sides will work to complete negotiations to upgrade the FTA by the end of this year to further enhance the level of trade liberalization between the two countries.
4是要大力开展产能合作，中方将支持巴基斯坦发展本国的制造业，提高自主发展能力，增加就业和扩大出口，加快融入国际产业链。
And fourthly, we have agreed to engage actively in industrial capacity cooperation. China will support Pakistan in developing the local manufacturing sector to enhance the capacity for self-driven development, increase job creation and expand exports, and to be integrated into the international industrial chain at a faster pace.
5是要以改善民生为重点，加强发展合作。中方将把对巴的援助更多的向农业、教育、医疗、饮水等民生的领域倾斜，让更多的巴基斯坦民众能够得到实实在在的利益。
Fifth, we have agreed that we will further promote development-oriented cooperation, focusing on people's livelihood. Chinese assistance will be further weighted towards agriculture, education, healthcare, safe drinking water, and other livelihood areas so as to bring tangible benefits to more Pakistani people.
6是要加强防务安全合作，促进两国军队和执法机关的交流，坚决打击东伊运恐怖势力。中方也将支持巴基斯坦方面根据本国的国情，继续坚定的打击恐怖。
And sixth, we will deepen defense and security cooperation. The two sides will enhance interactions between the two militaries and law enforcement institutions. We will work together to resolutely combat the ETIM terrorist forces. China will continue to support Pakistan in its effort to fight against terrorism in light of its national realities.
第七是加强治国理政经验的交流。中方愿意根据巴方的需要，举办扶贫、反腐以及经济发展等领域的研讨班，在巴基斯坦建设扶贫的示范项目。
Seventh, our two sides have agreed to increase the sharing of practices of governance. China is ready to host seminars on poverty reduction, combating corruption, and promoting economic development for Pakistan. China is also ready to organize demonstration projects for poverty reduction in Pakistan.
八是要拓展人文的交流，保持并扩大两国青年互访规模，加强职业教育的合作。中方将继续采取措施，为巴方的公民来华提供更多的签证。
Eighth, we have agreed to expand people-to-people exchange. We will keep and expand mutual visits between the young people of our two countries and strengthen cooperation on vocational education. China will take further measures on visa facilitations for Pakistani citizens visiting China.
就是要加强在国际和地区事务上的合作，共同推进阿富汗的和平进程，共同反对贸易保护主义、单边主义、冷战思维和强权政治，推动建设新型和平关系和人类共同体。
And ninth, we have agreed to strengthen cooperation in international and regional affairs. Our two sides will work together to advance the reconciliation process in Afghanistan. Our two sides will work together to oppose trade protectionism, using nationalism, Cold War mentality, and power politics. Our two sides will jointly build a new type of international relations and a community with a shared future for mankind.
实施要继往开来，推动中巴全天候战略合作伙伴关系迈上新台阶，打造更加紧密的中巴命运共同体，进而为构建人类命运共同体做出中巴双方的贡献。谢谢大家。
Tenthly, we have agreed to build on the past achievements and open up even broader prospects, take the China-Pakistan all-weather strategic and cooperative partnership to new heights, and build an even closer community with a shared future between China and Pakistan. This way, we will make our contribution to the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
We'll take a few questions. Amjad Saab from PTV, your question is for the Foreign Minister of Pakistan. Foreign Minister of Pakistan.
来自巴基斯坦国家电视台的记者提问呢，是给巴基斯坦的外长。
Thank you very much. Amjad from State Broadcaster, PTV News. My question to the Foreign Minister of Pakistan is, His Excellency, you had a detailed meeting with your counterpart. What issues were discussed and what the agenda was of the meeting?
我想问各位外长，您和中国的外长进行了非常详细的会谈，你们究竟谈到了哪些问题，取得了什么重要进展？
I will reiterate I would just reiterate what the Foreign Minister just said. He has given you the details of the areas where we feel that there is a way forward, and he's identified 10 clear areas where we can mutually benefit from each other. We had a wide range of discussion, and let me begin by saying that it was a very fruitful, productive meeting. The beauty of such an interaction is that since we have a seamless bilateral relationship, we waste no time discussing concerns, because we have no concerns. We spend time on building an architecture for future cooperation. So we discussed, as the Foreign Minister pointed out, our bilateral issues, our regional and international issues, and you'll be happy to learn that we have identity of views on almost all of them.
所说，今天我跟他进行了成果丰硕、内容广泛的交谈。王毅外长呢提出了我们谈的10大共识，谈话的成果呢非常的丰硕。像这样的交流，一个非常美好的地方就是在于中巴关系如此之紧密，双方之间没有什么关切。每次一会谈时间呢都是花在讨论如何建立面向未来的合作的框架。的确，我们今天呢谈到了双边问题、地区形势、国际问题。我也非常高兴地说，几乎在所有问题上，我们的观点都是一致的。
I shared with the foreign minister the recent the discussions that I had with Secretary Pompeo. We also discussed the possibility of a strategic dialogue between China and Pakistan. Both sides have agreed that we need to do that, and the details will be worked out by the officials at the earliest. We discussed defense cooperation, Pakistan's urgent needs in this evolving regional situation. We discussed regional challenges, terrorism, counter-terrorism measures that we have taken, how collectively we have to take on forces that have undermined stability, regional stability, and ETIM is one of them. We have a shared interest in dealing with this organization in a decisive manner. I also shared with the Foreign Minister, Prime Minister Imran Khan's PTI's government reform agenda, what our focus is. We discussed enhancing the scope of our economic relations, and he mentioned a number of measures that they plan to take in which the trade opportunities and possibility of Pakistani exports into China will improve. He mentioned the possibility of subsidies being provided to encourage exports and to correct the imbalance in our bilateral trade. He also mentioned the fact that we are now thinking of discussing how to expand our industrial base and how to relocate some industries which are labor intensive, because job creation is one of the higher priorities of this government.
我向王毅国务委员兼外长介绍了最近美国国务卿蓬佩奥对巴基斯坦的访问。我们双方讨论了是否有可能在中巴之间建立战略对话机制，双方都同意有必要这样做，将会尽早就具体的细节进行沟通和接触。我们也讨论了双方在防务方面的合作。我向王国伟介绍了在地区形势变化的背景下，巴基斯坦所面临的一些紧迫需要。我们还讨论了地区形势、恐怖主义以及开展的打击恐怖主义的行动。双方呢也还讨论了如何来应对那些破坏地区稳定的势力，包括东伊运。双方有着共同的利益，采取果断措施应对这样的一个组织。我还向王国伟介绍了伊姆兰汗总理以及正义运动党政府采取的改革的各项措施。我们还谈及如何扩大中巴之间的经贸关系。王国伟介绍了一系列中方将会计划采取的措施，包括促进双方的贸易的机会，扩大巴基斯坦对华的出口，以及为此将会设置的专项的一些补贴，来纠正双方贸易之间所存在的一些不平衡。他也提到了我们现在正在考虑的就是如何扩大产业方面的合作，包括一些劳动密集型产业向巴基斯坦转移，这也将有助于巴基斯坦当地的就业，这是本届政府所高度重视的一个领域。
That's it.
Next question would be Mr. Yong Tang Pong from Phoenix TV, China, and your question is for the State Council.
凤凰卫视的记者问中国的外长。
尊敬的王毅国务委员兼外交部长阁下，你好。我的问题是，就是外界有一种观点，认为目前的出发经济走廊以基础设施建设为主，那么这增加了债务负担，是导致发债务危机和财政困难的重要原因。那么对此，中方如何评价？谢谢。
My question goes to State Council and Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Some people nowadays say that the CPAC is mostly focusing on infrastructure development. That has increased the debt burden on the Pakistani government and has contributed to the financial and debt crisis that Pakistan is facing today. How would you respond?
中巴经济走廊是以8方的需求而开展的一个重大经济活动。中国是一个重情讲义的国家。当年中国困难的时候，8方向中国伸出了援手。今天中国也有回报，帮助巴基斯坦加快经济社会发展。我愿意向大家介绍几个数字。走廊框架下，目前共有22个合作项目，其中9个已经完工，13个在建，总投资190亿美元左右。那么带动了巴基斯坦每年经济增长1到2个百分点，而且给巴基斯坦创造了7万个以上的就业机会。这些成果实实在在有目共睹。而且我想强调的是，走廊建设不是针对特定的区域和团体，而是面向巴基斯坦整个国家，惠及巴基斯坦全体人民。
The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is a major economic cooperation project to the needs of Pakistan. China is a country that values and cherishes friendship. When China was in difficulties, Pakistan extended to China a helping hand. Today, China wants to reciprocate. We want to support Pakistan in speeding up social and economic development. In this context, please allow me to share with you a number of figures. Under the CPAC framework, there are now 22 cooperation projects. 9 of them have been completed, 13 are under construction, with a total investment of around $19 billion. And these have boosted Pakistan's economic growth on an annual average by around 1 to 2 percentage points, creating for Pakistan over 70,000 job opportunities. These are real and tangible outcomes. I also want to stress that the CPAC is not for a specific or particular region or a particular group. It is for Pakistan as an entire country. It is designed to deliver benefits to all Pakistani people.
走廊的早期收获以基础设施还有能源的项目为主，这既是8方的一个迫切的需求，同时也是任何国家走向工业化所必不可少的一个。你如果没有电、没有路，就不可能发展制造业，也没有直接的物流。所以这些项目有助于突破巴基斯坦发展的瓶颈和制约，也为走廊的下一步的发展奠定了重要的基础。
Many of the early harvest projects of the corridor are about energy and infrastructure development. These have met the urgent needs of Pakistan. They also represent a natural stage for any country's industrialization, because in the absence of electricity, in the absence of road, there can be no logistical basis to support development of manufacturing. And these projects have helped to unlock the development bottlenecks of Pakistan and have also laid an important foundation to future development of the corridor.
下一步如何推进？我们首先仍然尊重巴基斯坦方面的愿景，双方初步商定，走廊的发展将逐步向产业合作来深化，重点帮助巴基斯坦发展制造业，培育自主发展能力，从而增加就业，扩大贸易。同时，更加注重改善8方的民生，让更多的巴基斯坦民众从走廊当中受益。
As for the future of CPAC cooperation, The first thing we stress is that we respect the wish of the Pakistani side. Our two sides have preliminarily agreed that under the CPAC, the focus of cooperation will gradually shift to industrial cooperation and priority to help Pakistan local manufacturing, strengthen capacity for self-driven development, and these will lend impetus to job creation and trade expansion. And greater attention will also be paid to improve the livelihood of Pakistani people, so that more Pakistanis will benefit from the CPAC.
关于你提到债务，通过国际融资来实施重大项目，这是各国的通行做法。国际货币基金组织、亚洲开发银行多年来向巴方提供了借贷的支持。据我们了解，目前巴方所持的外债当中，47%是来自于多边金融机构，而中巴经济走廊的22个项目当中，18个是由中方的直接投资，或者说是援助投资，只有4个使用的是中方的优惠的贷款。所以可以明确的说，走廊建设并没有加重巴基斯坦方面的债务负担。相反，随着这些项目的顺利的陆续的建成和运营，将释放它应有的经济的效益，将给巴方带来可观的经济的回报。
On the debt question, well, I want to say it is a common practice to implement big-scale projects through international financing. Over the years, the IMF and the ADB have provided lending support to Pakistan. To our knowledge of the current foreign debt of Pakistan, 47% comes from multilateral financial institutions. When it comes to the 22 projects under the CPAC, 18 of them are financed through direct Chinese investment or with Chinese assistance. Only 4 have been using concessional loans from the Chinese side. Therefore, to be sure, the CPAC has not inflicted debt burden on Pakistan, but rather, when those projects get completed and enter into operation, they will unleash huge economic benefits as designed, and these will bring considerable returns to the Pakistani economy.
顺便说一点我们还听到有人提到走廊的透明度的问题。我跟外长一致认为，这不是一个问题，或者这是一个伪问题，因为走廊从来都是透明的，所有的项目都经过科学的、公开的论证，履行了所有的必要的程序。我和外长还达成了一致，随着走廊建设的深入，我们都愿意通过协商来引入第三方参与到走廊的建设，从而使走廊的建设与中巴两国的人民，也能够为区域的经济合作的发展以及本地区的互联互通来发挥更大的作用。
Let me also say that some people are talking about the transparency of CPAC, but on this issue, both Foreign Minister Qureshi and I agree that this is actually a false issue, because all the CPAC projects have been put on the basis of open and scientific studies. They have gone through all the necessary procedures, and we have also agreed that as the CPAC further proceeds, we might consider bringing on board a third party in the CPAC development, because we believe this will help bring benefits to both Chinese and Pakistani people, and also contribute to regional economic development and connectivity.
巴方目前面临的困难是这样的：巴基斯坦是当今世界重要的新兴经济体，有着广阔的市场和巨大的发展潜力。中方，我们一直应该继续看好巴基斯坦发展前景。我们相信，随着巴基斯坦政府改革举措的推进，在国际社会的支持之下，巴基斯坦一定能够实现自身经济的健康和可持续的发展。谢谢。
Let me also stress that perhaps indeed Pakistan is now facing some difficulties, but those difficulties are only temporary. Pakistan is an important emerging economy in this world. It has a vast market and broad potential of development. China has been confident and remains confident in the future of Pakistan. We believe, as Prime Minister Khan's reform program go forward and under the support of the international community, Pakistan will realize its sound and sustainable economic development. Thank you.
The next question would be from Madame Li Jiang from China Radio International for Foreign Minister of Pakistan.
中国国际广播电台问巴基斯坦外长。
Your Excellency, Mr. Foreign Minister, I'm from China Radio International. And just now you said there was a discussion on economic and trade issues in the talks. So what was the focus on the trade and economic relations between China and Pakistan? Thank you.
我想问库雷西外长，您刚才说两位外长呢在讨论中涉及到了中巴之间的经济和贸易的这个关系。那么中巴经济关系中的重点包括哪些方面？谢谢。
As the Foreign Minister just elaborated, that CPAC is an evolving project. Obviously, for regional connectivity, to lay the foundations, and the foundations were laid through better infrastructure. We had to overcome the challenge of the energy shortage in the country. If we want industrial production, that requires energy. So these were the two most obvious initiatives that were undertaken. But as the project develops, it will take its own shape. Shape, as you said, in line with the wishes of the government and the people of Pakistan. And he has highlighted that their focus is going to be in consultations with us on socio-economic development. He has mentioned that they will be considering projects which have a livelihood connection to them. That means job creation. He has spoken about initiatives in health and education, vocational training. How do we make our people more productive? If we want to export, they have to be productive. How do we strengthen Pakistan's agricultural base? And here, he's also mentioned the opportunity that will be provided to the Pakistani farmers to export rice, potatoes, onions, cherries. So these are some of the crops that can go into China, and that will really help promote the conditions of the farmer. And we are primarily an agrarian economy. So there's a huge potential. There is a huge potential. It seems it's early. Obviously it's early. It's one of its kind. Hopefully with the passage of time, some of the controversies risen will die down, because people will see the fruits of this initiative. People will see the impact it will have on economic growth of Pakistan. At this stage, where just 22 projects have been conceived and are in the implementation form, the impact is already close to 1 to 2% on a GDP. It has already resulted in creating 1,000 jobs, and this will only increase with the passage of time. We are aware, we discussed this, we are aware of elements that would want to make this project controversial, and we also are aware of the fact that there are elements that give rise to issues that confuse minds. But there's clarity that this is a mutually beneficial, regionally beneficial project, And the more we cooperate in its complete and earliest implementation, the better it is for the entire region, and everybody stands to gain. And it is not just specific to Pakistan and China. As he has just said, we're open to inviting other people. We've discussed in our meeting how to start implementation on the special economic zones. So there are opportunities for third countries to come and invest in those special economic zones. So it's not a China-Pakistan specific project. Yes, it started with us, but there are opportunities. Sky is the limit.
正如王毅外长所说的，中巴经济走廊是一个在发展中的工程。那么要推进区域的互联互通，首先就要有更好的基础设施。另外呢，要促进产业发展，还是要解决能源短缺的问题。所以呢，能源和基础设施一直是双方合作的两大重点。但是，正像王外长刚才所说的，中方呢将会尊重巴基斯坦政府和人民的意愿，并且今后呢通过磋商来讨论如何加强支持经济社会发展方面的力度。而且呢，我们也谈到了双方正在考虑的一些惠及民生的一些项目，这些呢能够带来就业的增长。王毅国务委员也提到了，比如说加强职业教育方面的合作，这对于增强巴基斯坦人民的生产力，进而扩大出口是非常重要的。我们还谈到了如何加强农业的这个合作的基础。那么中方也提到了会创造一些机会，进口来自巴基斯坦生产的大米、土豆、洋葱等农产品，这些呢对于巴基斯坦的农民是非常有好处的。那么巴基斯坦呢也是一个农业为主的经济，所以呢这些都是一些巨大的潜力。现在呢要完全的去判断这些合作的前提呢还为时过早，因为还有很多的这个成果呢会在未来的合作中不断的被释放出来。现在中巴经济走廊项下只有22个项目，而且呢也只是其中的一部分完成，但是呢就已经带来了巴基斯坦经济 GDP 增长的1%到2%的百分点，而且呢也产生了7万多个就业的机会。我们知道呢，可能有一些杂音，有一些引起人们争议的一些说法，但是呢，随着时间的推移，他们会看到走廊建设所带来的许多的丰硕的成果，那么这样的一些声音呢，就会慢慢的被平息下去。另外呢，刚才王国也提到了，就是中巴经济走廊呢起于中巴双方，但是呢，前景无限，也有可能会给第三方带来许多的一些机遇。比如说，我们也讨论了合作建设经济的特区，那么这可能呢就会给第三方的参与创造一些机会，所以呢，合作的潜力是无限的。
Last question, the EPP Mr. Hamza for the State Council.
巴基斯坦联合通讯社记者。
Thank you, Dr. President. Mr. State Councillor, you are here in Pakistan just days after the visit by U.S. Secretary of State, Secretary Pompeo, and such frequency shows and tells much about the importance that major countries of the world attach to Pakistan. What is your take on the role of Pakistan in the region? Thank you.
我们注意到呢，这几天您和美国国务卿先后到访巴基斯坦，这显示了主要大国对巴基斯坦的重视。请问您如何评价巴基斯坦在本地区的作用？
巴基斯坦是重要的发展中大国，在伊斯兰世界举足轻重，在地区和国际事务当中有重要的影响。巴基斯坦也是国际反恐事业重要的参与方，长期以来为打击恐怖主义做出不懈努力，付出的巨大牺牲，这种贡献理应得到国际社会的充分的肯定。巴基斯坦还是地区稳定和发展的促进力量，巴方积极参与到阿富汗问题的和解进程，大力推动地区的互联互通和经济合作，在南亚联盟还有沙特组织当中都在发挥积极作用。中方欢迎各国同巴基斯坦开展交流合作，我们也支持美国同巴基斯坦在相互尊重的基础上发展互惠和互利的关系。我们认为，中美和国际社会都应该支持巴基斯坦新政府顺利执政，巴基斯坦继续打击恐怖主义，支持巴基斯坦加快经济社会发展，支持巴基斯坦改善与周边国家的关系。
Well, Pakistan is an important, big developing country. It is a country with critical influence in the Islamic world, a country with important influence in international and regional affairs. At the same time, Pakistan has also been an important participant in the international fight against terrorism. Over the years, Pakistan has made unremitting efforts to fight against terrorism and paid heavy sacrifice. Pakistan's contribution deserves full recognition of the international community. Pakistan is also a strong force behind regional stability and development. Pakistan has been actively participating in the settlement of regional hotspot issues like that related to Afghanistan. Pakistan has actively promoted regional connectivity and economic cooperation, and Pakistan has played a positive role in regional cooperation frameworks like the SAARC and SCO. China welcomes all countries in engaging in communication and cooperation with Pakistan. China also supports the United States in developing a mutually beneficial relationship with Pakistan on the basis of mutual respect. We believe both China and the United States and the wider international community should support the new Pakistani government in delivering governance. We should support Pakistan in continuing to fight against terrorism. We should support Pakistan in speeding up economic and social development and in improving its relations with neighboring countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much to both the ministers and to the ladies and gentlemen of the media.
Sir, if you could move here.
पाक चाइना वज़ीर ख़ारजा मुश्तरका प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे थे। वज़ीर ख़ारजा शाह महमूद कुरैशी ने चीनी वज़ीर ख़ारजा की आमद पर उनका खैर मकदम किया। चीनी वज़ीर ख़ारजा वांग जी ने कहा कि मैं नई पाकिस्तानी हुकूमत और इमरान खान को मुबारकबाद पेश करता हूँ। पाकिस्तान और चाइना गुज़श्ता कई सालों से बाहमी काविशों से ताल्लुकात मजबूत बनाए हुए हैं और मेरे इस दौरे का मकसद नई हुकूमत से ताल्लुकात मजबूत बनाना है।